Hello, good morning. Ah, Oh, it's afternoon somewhere. All right. Wow. Thank God it's Friday. Hello, and everyone. If you get to hear my voice, then we are live. Oh, and my name is Adiola, as you know, and I'm here this afternoon to just give and provide some answer some questions, give insight to some of the happenings, recent happenings globally, everything that has to do with the world and with regards to the space that I'm occupying now. So if you get to see the title, it says, what am I here for? What am I here? Why am I here? Somebody will be asking the question, what is she doing here at this time? Why is she coming on live? What is motivating her? What is the method to her madness? What is getting her on? And why is she not just feeling that her own is too much? She just supposed to just stay and put, you know, and not disturb her head over all these unnecessary problems she's giving herself. Who sent her message in the first place? Well, I just want to encourage everybody out there, and those of you that have been great and huge support to me on my channel and on both on Facebook and all the angles that I get to go live. I just want to sound this that it is an opportunity that I don't want to take lightly. And I want to encourage every one of you also in whatever journey you have found yourself lately. My own call to action and call to duty has been born of the fact that I look forward to an opportunity whereby I can see myself, my life, providing leadership for the younger generation, giving helps, giving tips, and helping men and women who feel they don't matter and they cannot add up to anything. I have a story to tell and I have a story to share. That the fact that everything is not all going the way we want to go does not give us any right and any reason to give up. A lot of us have so many unanswered questions. Many of us have so many silent cries. Many of us have so many wishes that we just want to see come to pass. But it's like every time we stare at those desires, it's like the reality keeps staring at us that come off it. You are not the best fit. Those kind of stuff you're talking about does not belong to you. And I want to tell you that that is not the truth. If that happens to be the truth, I will not be here talking to you guys. Because if I share with me my story, which I'm going to do soon, you will know why the reason is why you don't want to judge a fish by its inability to do what? Inability to swim. Every time you judge a fish by its inability to swim, or I mean a bird with some inability to swim, you are making the bird feel he's stupid. But I tell you, when you put the fish in its element and you put the bird in its element, you will be wowed and surprised at why and how he is being able to do. And the same thing with us as human. Our growing up experience in life and our upbringing, our environment, and so many things that get associated with our growing up has told us a story that is totally different, that has wired up differently to believing that we don't have what it takes to measure up. And if you are in that shoe, I want to tell you that it just have to start with you understanding your element and not allowing your experience, whatsoever it is, and how so good or whatever ways you want to color it or paint it, to disrupt your ultimate growth in life. I by virtue of my upbringing, I find myself in a circumstances that I have no choice over, that I have to decide whether I want to move on in life or I want to remain a beggar or someone that is full of excuses. Oh, I did not get to pass my school. I did not get to go to the university on time because I don't have parents. I did not get to matter in life because my parents were this. I did not get to survive in this area because this. But I need you to know that every of those excuses we give ourselves to calm ourselves to remain in our comfort zone is one of the things that is laying us and putting us in that state of being pitied. And if you are going to turn and flip it around, you must begin to see that even now, even at the moment, I have what it takes. I have been endowed. I have the ability. And whatever the circumstances, I am going to measure up. You know, there are so many emotions that kind of define us based on the kind of presentation we give to life. Some of us, because we don't come from a family that is well to do, maybe because our parents are not wealthy, or maybe we didn't get to attend one of the best schools, or maybe because we don't have all the opportunities that other students or other age mates of us have. We feel we are limited and we feel our life will not end up in the way it's supposed to be. I want to tell you that this is not the truth. That you, inside of you have been given something by your maker that gives you a voice that transcends beyond anything that comes against that voice, that is really, really talking about your ability. And this is why I want to help you in this journey to tell you how you can achieve that dream that seems far away. To help you see why you are in that family and why you are placed in that family, in that office, even at that place you are working at the moment, at that business, even in that marriage. And you can appreciate the gift that God has given to you. I want you to know that your happiness, everything that will make for your happiness in life has been given inside of you. And that the only way that can last is when you tune internally, you tune inside. Many of us begin to see happiness as the ultimate goal. And I want to tell you, happiness can be short-lived. Oh, you're going to have chicken fries and you're going to have this for dinner. Oh, you are so happy. You're going to be going tomorrow to Disneyland to go have fun and for vacation or whatever. You are happy because of the happenings around you. So your happiness is a dependence of what is happening around you. But when there is nothing happening, do you still have happiness? Do you still have joy? Do you still show up? Do you still have the right emotion? Do you still alive? Are you still alive well and you are not allowing disgust or anger or fear or sadness or what have you to depreciate your life? Because I tell you, friends, one of the best things you can do for yourself with this journey that I'm introducing is when you begin to see that regardless of whatever thing is happening around you, you want to make sure that nothing tampers with your joy. Because this is where the flow of energy comes from. Nothing tampers with your true core, your being. And that is what it's more germane. And I want to help you there if you're a woman and you kind of thinking your definition to life has to do only about those children you have and about the fact that you are now married. I want to submit to you that there is something about your life that is ingrained in your true nature, which is why God Himself put you on earth. And that when you try to be anything outside of that, you will only be experiencing current picture of happiness that is not lasting. That kind of happiness that once they take away that thing, or maybe you get rid of somebody, you're working with a company and you think, okay, so far you're happy. And when they ask you to leave, what will happen? How do you feel? Do you feel the end of the world has come? Do you feel you don't have anything to do with your life again? Or do you think this is the best moment for me to now begin to apply every skill and every opportunity that this working experience has given me to be able to look inward of me and dig inside and come out with what my life is supposed to be all about? So, friends, One of the things I want to do with this is to ask you the question, why are you here? And what is preventing you from living the life you want? The first thing you must know is that you must align yourself. You must get clarity. And what that clarity is going to do for you is going to help you align to your the truest version of you, the truest core of who you are supposed to be. And let me tell you, one of the reasons why people get frustrated in life and a lot of people live miserable life and a lot of people see why their dreams and their goals is being looking as if it's not going to, is because we and I have not begin to see the need for self-actualization. Getting to sit down and talking to yourself and asking yourself some truest question that is germane to you, that what happens. Sometimes one of the things I have enjoyed doing lately is to just look forward to seeing something, anything that has to do with obituary. And it's not because I just want to be, but I just want to always put myself in a state of mind that I don't see myself have arrived, or I've not seen myself as you have achieved everything. Oh, you already have some followership. Some people are already looking up to you. No, I still want to be able to put myself in a state where I've been still checked. I can still be checked. That, Giola, are you really serving with the truest of intention? Are you really giving out your best at every opportunity available? Do you really have what it takes? That's why your forefather and your great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, they are not known and nobody knows their name up to today because they did not live up to somebody. That how can I in my own life begin to live my life in such a way that even when I'm no more, my name still lives on? That I am living my life in such a way that I am providing leadership for the younger ones, for the younger generation, for the millennials, for the young couples, for the young women who are seeking assertiveness, who want to be the voice of their generation, who want to be able to live true to their passion, who want to be able to say that indeed I'm married, I have kids, but I still was able to fulfill my passion. I still was able to live to the dream of helping younger children in my community, giving them a voice, bringing and creating different lives and bringing their life to such a way that they are able to secure their own future and destiny because you are able to show the path. And that every one of our lives is going to be defined at the end and be determined by how many lives you are able to touch with the life and the light that you have been given. And that's why I'm always afraid that when that moment comes and you are lying down on that corpse, in that place that they lay you motionless and speechless, you don't have anything again to give. Will what you have available, will you be proud of it? That is why when I give myself and I sit by myself and I ponder and I look into that frame, I will wake up in the morning and I will ask myself, Diola, how are you living your day? How many things have you done today that have really touched the core of your being, that you have really lived day today? What standard am I creating? Am I becoming a force for good? Am I living my life in such a way that everyone that come across to me, I don't leave them the same way? These are some of the questions that is germane that I always ask myself. And I always want you to also, I want you to create that kind of a platform in your life or that kind of an experience whereby you sit by yourself. You can be doing it periodically. It's like my own moment whereby I get to tell myself the truth. You know, sometimes some people get to a stage in their life that they just get surrounded by the soothsayers. They only tell them the yes men, they only tell them what you will love to hear. They say, oh, you are the best thing that happened. Oh, everybody loves you. Oh, go and see the number of followers. Go and see the number of followers you are getting now. Go and check your number of likes. Go and check the last video. Go and see how many people that have viewed. It's good. Some of those things as good they are. But if you want to sit down by your own self, do you have the empowering belief that can help you navigate throughout life, regardless of any moment and any up and down moments you face? Because I need to tell you, a lot of us are in different seasons in our lives. Some of us, and some of you, maybe you just got a good job, a very great job that you've been eyeing in one of the blue chip company, and you want, and that is the season where you and your friends, you want to be comparing notes. Oh, this person is now working with this oil company. Oh, that colleague of yours is also working with a bank, with this social bank, and this other guy is the one that is heading the procurement, what have you, in this organization. And everybody is comparing us and checking on it. Oh, they're all there. And you also, you want to make sure that face. You want to put in all your best. You want to take all the courses available, everything, just to make sure you get that job. And when you get that job, you begin to grow, have fast salary, begin to have family, and you begin to settle down, and you begin to, and that season changes again. You are now a married person, you have a home, you have a husband to take care of, you have children to care for, and every of those things. And that season again change, and you begin to see what is going to happen to me with regards to this change that I've just gotten. My children are coming in. How am I going to stay true for them? I still want to meet up with my profession, with my career. What have you? Every of these states that we are finding ourselves, as good as they are, we need to tell ourselves the truth about what does this stage and this season means for me, and what are the lessons I need to learn, and when do I need to move on from this stage. One of the things that I've found happening is that a lot of us don't know when we're supposed to move on. Some of us get stuck in life and in some opportunity, and we don't know when it is time to say quit. We don't know it is time to move on, to get other opportunities, to move on. And that is why you see some people, their life is just plateauing. It's like they are just there, and there's nothing really, really happening for them. I want to encourage you that whatever situation you have now, don't see yourself that the time is gone. Oh, you have wasted lives, you have wasted time, and you don't think anything can come. I want you to begin to tell yourself again that you are enough, and that this is the best time for you to move, regardless of, because one of the things that you are going to find is that you are going to begin to have conflict with your internal voice telling you reasons why you cannot and you should not bother to attempt reaching out further to attaining whatever dream and whatever desire you want. And I need to let you know that that is lie. It's all lie. You have what it takes. So for me now, my own bottom line is I want to see how I can help women come out of this phase of just believing once they are married, that there's nothing again about their life that is worth looking for. And I always challenge myself about women, especially married women. They have kids and they are still up there in their professional career, influencing and being thought leaders and changing destinies. These are the kind of people that always give me the motivation that I don't want to just be defined by a mom, by a missus, and because I have children. Then I see some people that are making use of their divine gift, endowment, and the opportunities that is placed around them for the best, for common good. And I see it, that every of the failures of my past and every experience that all my past has given to me, this is the best moment that I can share it, that I can bring it to bear and give somebody an opportunity to dream again and to believe in themselves. That whatever has prevented you from reaching your goal till now, that thing is you, and there is nobody, that it is you. The earlier you admit and don't allow any inferior complexity or any limiting self-believing system that tells you are not up to. And I want to ask yourself, if you keep believing all this, I am not good enough, all what will people say, the fear of failure, the fear of what will people say, if you allow every of these things, this empowering belief, to shut you out of your destiny, to shut you out of you trying out new, what is going to happen? The negative consequence of this is going to be huge in 5 years from now. If you leave yourself in this same state and you keep repeating the same excuses that you've been giving yourself in the past for why you have not been able to attain your dream or achieve your purpose, one of the things that you are going to discover is going to cheat you out of life. And 5 years from now, you are still going to remain same in the same state, still sharing the same reason why you have not moved on. And that's why I said this year, 2021, many of us started well with good intention, with good, even though I don't believe in the resolution that many people do. But I want to tell you that one of the things that is going to be critical in the definition of how successful your year is going to turn out is how you are going to turn yourself away from those disempowering beliefs and wear a new empowering belief into yourself and begin to rewire your brain. You begin to rewire your brain, your subconscious programming that has been for years, that have lived with you and have turned you to a class of a person that is not helping you to achieve your goal. This is the main thing you and I need to begin to do now that is going to position us and help us be the best we have always been. And I need to tell you, sometimes when I look at my background as an African and when I was growing up, and some of the problems that is germane, that is genuinely germane to why there are a lot of setback in our continent and in our lives, I begin to see why most of us have believed and handicapped ourselves by the fact that it is because of the opportunities that we don't learn. That is why we are here, we are. And lately, I have begun to see that many of us, we have turned God to be the only excuse for why we are where we are. It is the plan of God. If God so wish that that this is not where I'm supposed to be, God's supposed to have taken me out. Hey, I'm still here. This is God's plan for my life for now. I know if it is not his plan, I know he will have taken me away. I know. We just keep trusting. I will continue to pray to God. I will continue to fast. And I know that one day, one day, that one day, that was my case. I grew up in a dysfunctional family because I was raised out of wedlock. But I thank God that journey paid me at the end. I came out at a period in time I was not wanted and I was almost going to be aborted. But God saved me. And that is why I'm here today talking to you guys. And in that journey, so many frame of reference that surrounded my bed gave me a lot of inferior complexity. And I was almost going to be laying hold that, this is why I am like this. I keep referring back to all the excuses. And those excuses, those complexes were stealing away my energy, was taking away my personality, was robbing me and giving me a distorted understanding about the full capacity of whom I am supposed to be and the understanding of my ability in God. So when I finished my secondary school and the first SAT exam I sat on, I failed woefully. I started tracing this failure back to the father because my two parents were not together, because my father is not there. Maybe he would have been giving me head. Maybe he would have been waking me up and be telling me, Diola, this is how to do. I was always looking for all those excuses everywhere. And because I could not see further, I continued that way until the 7th year that I passed. And some of the things that were germane to my changing and my reason for changing then was the fact that I changed my approach. I look at the young children I was in class with after 6 years that most of my colleagues have already forgotten about graduation in their college and their university. And I am still struggling here. And I look at those students, they are so young. Some of them are 5 years older than them. So what could be wrong with my own brain that these young folks are getting to figure out and I don't have an answer to? That day I told myself the truth, that if I am ever going to get the best out of this class, I have to bury my ego and go and relate with these young people. Become friends to them. Stop seeing myself as I'm older than them, that I don't belong to their class. And appreciate the fact that I need them more than now. And when I change that focus, when I change the way I was looking at my problem, I got a better result. And can I tell you that those areas of life, those stages of my life, there are times that I will be going to check my results like this. And as I was going on the road, and different thoughts will be telling me, dear life, as you are going like that, if the result comes out and you don't pass, just go and end your life. At least you are a born again Christian. And if you go to heaven, you have forgotten about your woes. And these are some of the pitfalls of us having a lopsided idea and understanding of what true Christianity is. That it's all about relationship with you, and it's not all about all the ritual that was attached to it that I was using to justify why I supposed to pass. That if I go to church 7 times a week, I go to fellowship, I go to night vigil, I go for evangelism, I do all these rituals, I find it difficult. Why will God be depriving me of success in this result, in this exam that I'm writing? Not knowing that God has already equipped me with everything I need. I needed to renew my mind. I needed to update my brain. I needed to reprogram myself. I needed to see life in a better version and understand why the fact that I have not been able to pass was a result of me not doing what success dictates. That if I have taken my time to check what are the people, those people that have been successful in the past, what were they doing that resulted in the result they were given? So I started implementing self-education. I started reading more. I started understanding. And this began to change the kind of lifestyle. And when I eventually passed and I got admission into the college, into the university, I made up my mind I was not going to stay with people that are not going anywhere. I had to define myself. And that escape, I so much pride it that finally I got to get into the college. I don't know if you are listening to me and you can relate with some of this story that I'm sharing. This anchor, this story I just shared with you is one of the basic things that cemented this journey that I have found. Because every time I look back and I am faced with a challenge, I always go back and remind myself, do you remember 7 years of your life that you were kept waiting in the waiting room until you got the answer? So it has stretched me to a point that I don't believe that there's nothing impossible. So whenever I'm challenged and I'm faced with a difficult ordeal, I retrieve, I sit down, I take myself through a journey of planning to believe that everything is possible, stand in that state of mind, and then write out what are the negative consequences of me not achieving this feat if I give in, and what is the reward that is waiting for me. And I know if I can able to see the reward, and I know this reward is important to me, I'm going to ask myself, how am I going to get this thing done? I'm not going to say it's not going to be done. That is the new approach I have given to life that is getting me the result. So I want to ask you, friends, listening to me, as I wrap up, I don't want to take it more than 30 minutes. I think I have like 3 minutes thereabout. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? And why are you working in that organization? In 3 years from now, what do you want to have as your own? Okay, if you decide to leave, what are the plans you have? Do you want to remain there as forever, as till they become redundant and they just tell you to go? Or you want to begin to see that there is a change that needs to happen and I must begin to process myself so that I will not begin to live in guilt for the rest of my life that, I'm supposed to have moved on. Look at how COVID has changed the world. And between those experiences that COVID taught every one of us, every emotion that we are getting and every result every one of us having as a result after our post-COVID experience is a function of our belief system. And our belief system shapes our values. So if you believe that COVID came so that you and I can be able to reorganize our life, to begin to retarget, and to begin to believe that whatever we have worked before that is not good is just an attempt. Yeah, and it doesn't mean we are failure, but we are going to keep trying until we get it right. I was sharing with a friend the story of Sarah Blakely, one of the self-made billionaires in a time, that the CEO of Spanx. And when I read that story, something stood for that. You must be a die-hard believer of your vision and of the reason why you are doing it. The outcome is going to fuel you, even when nobody is seeing what you are seeing, if nobody believes in you. And that is why I answered myself that, why am I here doing this life? I believe that there is somebody out there that needs this voice of mine. That there's somebody out there that every encouragement that I've gotten in my journey to success in life can help so that he or she can be able to live. There's somebody out there that is living currently in guilt, in self-doubt, in inferior complexity, and in low belief system, that I can encourage that if I can do it, you also can. You just need to start. That it is only because you have not started, that is why you are not there. If you have any question for me, friends, I want to say that I will be glad to answer them. And I'm going to be continuing this live subsequently. The next time I'm coming up, I will let you know, and I will make sure I answer every question that I get in the comments. Thank you, everybody that comes, that joined. Thank you very much. I have not been able to check the comment, but I just quickly want to see because of the way I minimized my. Let me just see if there's anyone. Thank you, everyone that joined. Oh, thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, Darasimi. Thank you, everyone. Please, if you have any question for me, just put it in the comments and I will definitely answer you back. And I want to encourage you, please, if you're yet subscribed to this channel, please remember to click the subscription bell, the subscription button, and the notification bell. Thank you very much. This is where I'm going to be calling it a day. And I look forward to seeing you next time. And I'm interested in your journey. And don't forget, your beliefs, your beliefs shapes your life. I want you to start with mastering your belief system to supporting the right vision that you have. Believe you're a go-getter. Believe your dreams can come true. Believe you have what it takes to fulfill your goals. And with that state of belief, then begin to reach out to those people that have done what you want to do and seek help. Open up. Don't lock yourself into one corner of the world. The world has become a diverse place whereby you can get help in the shortest seconds, in the smallest split seconds. And so I encourage you to make use of every opportunity that is within you that can get you out of whatever state you have found yourself. Thank you, everyone. I love you. See you soon. Bye for now.